Hi everybody, welcome to 5 Minute Ministries. There's a show called NCIS, and if you haven't heard of it, well, it's been on for 20 years. It should be easily found. The main character on it is named Leroy Jethro Gibbs, and he has a list of rules that he mostly abides by. Not always, of course, but mostly. He has a rule that is number 18. And it says, "It is better to seek forgiveness than to ask permission." And this man continually abuses that rule. It's a way for him to go over the heads of his authorities and to get out of trouble, because it always ends up turning out fine in the show. He's the main character, of course it's going to work out for him. But in the real world, there are people who live by that phrase. It's better to seek forgiveness than to ask permission. They go ahead and do something, and if it turns out okay, then no problem. But if it doesn't turn out okay, I better say I'm sorry, and then everything will be all right. People try it all the time. It goes along with another phrase, the end justifies the means. Now I'm sure I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. You see, most people live their lives by these specific mottos, even if they never say those phrases, because that's what they do all the time. Children are famous for it. They get an idea in their heads, they're told no, they do it anyway, and then they say, "I'm sorry," and a lot of times no consequence comes of it. The parents are just tell their kids, "Don't do it again." There are many situations, especially as you get older, where "I'm sorry" just doesn't cut it anymore. Where you can go ahead and seek forgiveness without asking permission, maybe you'll get by with it. But there are sometimes greater things, especially when it comes to breaking laws. You can't just say "I'm sorry" to a judge and get away with it. But in reference to the people who follow God, we are never to think this way. It should not be in our thought processes to go ahead and do whatever we want. We are commanded to obey authority. Matter of fact, everybody is, but God is the ultimate authority, and He tells us to obey those in authority. We are not to do whatever we want, and we think there's a way to get around things, to get things done the way we want them done, or to get something that we want. We are not to do that. God holds His followers to a higher standard, and we are to never abuse such a rule as, better to seek forgiveness than ask permission. No, we are always to ask permission, and if we're told no, we are to obey, especially when it comes to God and His will. As there are many people, even if it seems like a good thing, many people who follow Christ, who want to do something, and they want to do it for God, and they want to do it for His glory and bring people to His kingdom in doing so. And they say, I'm going to start this ministry. I'm going to become a missionary. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And they have it in their heads they're going to do it, and they start doing it. But they never ask God if they should. God may have a different plan for you or that person, whatever. God may have a different idea of how He wants to use you, and you want to do what you think you want to do. And so you start doing it, and in the middle of it all, you ask God to bless what you're doing. And most of the time, He does not. He says, "This is not my will for you. This is your will for you." Even if it seems good, we are not to be running off and doing whatever we feel like doing, whatever we think we're doing. We get excited, and our emotions take over, and we say, "I'm going to do this, and it's going to be great because God is behind it." When God, most of the time, has nothing to do with it. We didn't ask Him first, "Lord, is this what you want me to do?" And when we ask Him, He will answer. And sometimes we got to wait. Maybe it is what He wants us to do, but not yet. We have to be patient and wait on God's moving. We have to wait on God's Spirit to tell us. Or we have to wait on godly counsel from maybe another person who is in connection with God, who can help lead us in the right direction. There are many factors in this, but always comes down to God and His Word. Is this what God wants me to do? And that's the first question we need to ask. This has been 5 Minute Ministries, and I'll see you next time.